97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock.
Hello, this is Michael Spedden, and thanks for joining us today on the 97underground.com Michael Spedden Interviews channel here on YouTube. There have been many requests from both listeners and guests for us to make available our artist interviews so they can listen again or share with others. You can find us on YouTube at 97underground Michael Spedden. Remember, the Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, can be heard on 97underground.com every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Not only do I feature artist interviews, I feature songs you forgot you liked, classics that never die, beloved local, regional, up-and-coming, and underground artists. You can listen anytime, anywhere by downloading our free app from 97underground.com. Just do it. And now, today's episode. Today's interview was with Joe Poodle of Red Dye No. 9. Red Dye No. 9 was a fixture in the Baltimore area music scene in the late 80s and early 90s, and have started working together again in recent years with some personnel changes. They've released 2 albums in the last 3 calendar years or so. We've discussed things like past memories, talked about some of their new material, and they're out playing clubs again, so keep an eye on their website, which is reddye9.com. Enjoy. And we're back, and you're listening to 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide. Today, we have Joe Poodle from Red Dye No. 9 here with us, and I'm very excited about this. Some old friends of mine from back in my heyday, they've been back for a couple of years now, releasing, I'd say, 2 albums in roughly the last 3 calendar years.
Yeah.
Joe Poodle, how the hell are you, brother? It's great to see you.
I'm doing well, and it's great to see you too, Mike.
2 albums of just really good material, excellent material here.
Thank you.
Didn't look like there was any rust to be blown off. This material is just, you picked up right where you left off. A lot of fun, high energy, just great, well-written material.
I have discovered that no matter how hard we try, we are always going to sound like us.
Right, right.
I don't know why, but I guess it's, we just can't. We start thinking we're going to sound different. We're going for a different vibe. And by the time we get it all through and listen to it, it's like, this is exactly what we sound like. And which is kind of good because we hear that a lot. People will listen to the record and be like, oh, yeah, that's that Red Dye sound. And I'm like, okay.
It's definitely. And especially, too, since outside of Ninth Time's the Charm, you've been working with Dave Nachotsky all along. And he's really done a great job. He knows you very, very well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did Ninth Time with Jay Robbins down at Magpie Cage, and that was a really good experience. And then Dave reached out to us and said, hey, I heard you guys are doing it again. He's at a new spot up in Cockeysville called Stages Music Arts.
Yeah. And
he said, come take a look. So we went up there and looked at it, and it's amazing. It's really a great spot. So we said, yeah, let's do something. So the next time we had a bunch of songs ready, we just called him up and booked some time. And it was a blast. It was like old times.
Oh, yeah.
It really was. Yeah. No, he's a lot of fun to work with, and he really gets us, which is cool.
Exactly. Exactly. He knows you. It's almost like he's the 5th Red Dye guy.
Yeah. Dave's mixed us live back in the day. He's, we've always been tight with him.
Great. So let's listen to a song off of Ninth Time's The Charm. Kind of appeals to men of a certain age. And this is Red Dye No. 9, To All My Friends.
None of us here is getting out alive. You pick me up whenever I'm lost. You bail me out no matter
That was To All My Friends, Red Dye Number 9. Again, kind of talking about being a man of a certain age. It's so true, some of the things that you've said in there, both the reminiscing and the fact is, kind of how life is when you get to a certain point.
That's exactly it. The first two verses are just a bunch of things that Bill and I and Stumpy and a bunch of other old friends got into back in the day. And the third verse kind of wraps it up. And, I remember cousin saying the last time I saw him at a funeral, I was like, we gotta do this again. We're going to get together more often when it's not a funeral. And I'm like, it takes a funeral to bring us together. And that's just stuck in my mind. And I'm like, I need to use that. And it worked out.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Yeah. I mean, you look on Facebook that we're hearing about operations coming up in obituaries. I can't believe he died,
Yeah, it's tough.
Ninth Time's the Charm is really a great album. I'm sure you guys are really happy.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a good way to start coming back and playing and writing new songs. Yeah, we're very happy with it.
Right. And you made some personnel changes for that one, too, correct? Well,
yeah. Well, after the reunion show, Stumpy moved, he lived in Colorado at the time. So he went home. And our drummer at the time, Mark, he's like, I don't want to continue. This was fun, but I don't want to continue this. I think he had enough of playing in a regular band. So we reached out to our friend Brian Green from Frottage, who was one of the neighborhood kids when we were in college and started our band. So we had him come aboard to drum with us. And then after a while, we're like, we need a bass player to get this sorted out. And he's like, well, Nick, another kid who's his friend, also from Frottage, from the neighborhood, he's like, he'll come down and jam with us. Now he lives in Philly and I live in Harrisburg right now.
Yeah.
So we're all driving from Pennsylvania down to Towson to practice, but Nick fit right in and we're like, all right. And I talked to Bill and I'm like, I think this is the lineup. And so we keep Stumpy as bass player emeritus and we consult him on stuff. And we had him actually come and record the new record with us. Because he moved to Tennessee. So he's a little bit closer. Yeah. So he just drove from Tennessee to Baltimore and recorded the new record with us. He put in some guitars, vocals. He helped me with some lyrics. It was a good contribution. It was really fun to work with him again, but it's not something we can sustain because of the distance.
Sure.
So if we ever have a group of shows together, particularly in Baltimore, we'll call him up and see if he can come by and just, spend a week and play some shows with us.
Oh, absolutely. Stumpy was always a great performer. I remember him back from the old days and having him come back. I opened up the CD cover and I saw him in there. I was like, oh, great. Look at this. And and I got to tell you, Mr. Green and Young Nick, your new rhythm section, that's a great rhythm section. Again, not taking anything away from Stumpy or Mark, but the two of those guys you can tell they know each other. They work very, very well together. And being a bass player myself, I was listening to this stuff and I'm like, yeah, these guys are,
Yeah, they play really well together. They've known each other for an age. They're like the younger version of me and Bill.
Sure, right.
Probably known each other the same amount of time. And they go together great. And they really bring something to the table.
Well, great. Let's hear another one. This is called Tales of Modern Brain Chemistry. It's off the American Dream album, which you released in 2022. So, Joe Poodle, thanks again for coming and joining us today. And tell us about where we can find out about Red Dye, your merch, your music.
All our stuff is at www.reddye9.com. Spell all the words out. That'll take you to Bandcamp for the physical merch. We're also on all the big social platforms at Red Dye Number 9. Just come check us out.
So, folks, that was Joe Poodle from Red Dye Number 9 with some band news and some great new stuff. And you heard it here on Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show on 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide.
Music your mother warned you about. 97underground.com, Baltimore's pure rock worldwide.
And thanks again for listening to 97 Underground, the Michael Spedden Interviews, and we hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember, download the free app from 97underground.com so you can listen to us wherever you go. The Back of the Rack, the Michael Spedden Show, can be heard on 97underground.com every Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Listen anytime, anywhere.
Metal.
Worldwide metal, 24/7. 97underground.com.